I am ready.
Hey, you guys!
One, two, three.
Hi, I'm Ashley McColeman, filmmaker, trying to be. Yeah, my web series is ongoing, and now I'm having to do some recasts for it because I lost some actors due to availability and stuff, so we're already about halfway into episode 1 and 2 of my web series, filming-wise. I will just get you to say your name to the camera.
Hi, I'm Michelle and I'm auditioning for Emma.
You're new to this actor.
It's that obvious, huh?
A little more flirty, but
Okay.
like kind of hesitant about it, but trying to maybe push it that direction just to see something cool. Did you have any questions about like the character or the project in general, like plotline or anything?
You girls are hot. All of you.
Damn, really?
You never really answered my question.
What the hell's going on?
Cool. I just finished some auditions for my web series. I have only like a few turn out today, so it's small, but some decent people. So my web series just follows the lives of Black Ops agents, and it's kind of an inside joke that they have no money. So they actually have their like nice covert little meetings about, you know, who the bad guy is that they have to take down this week in an apartment building. And I introduced 2 mystery men like right off the bat. You don't know anything about them, but suddenly they're taking over everything, like every like small arms deal trade in the city to like mob bosses. So they're trying to figure out who they are and what they're doing. And I also dropped some like little secrets and twists in there as well that I will wait until it's done. Yes, I love horror movies. So I think I like horror movies more that like make you think, you know, whether it's trying to guess who the killer is, or if it's a satire and it's making you realize all the little like mistakes that so many horror movies do without realizing that they're doing it. As well as good blood. I can't lie. And some interesting death scenes. Surprisingly enough, growing up, I didn't like horror movies at all. I remember being like, at that young age when you do the sleepover stuff with your friends, and going over to someone else's house and then being like, let's watch a buddy comedy movie, but it was on like a VHS tape, so they ended up accidentally putting in Puppet Master, which is like an old 80s kind of classic, if that's what you want to call it. I've never actually seen it because I only saw like 2 death scenes. These little creepy looking dolls killing an older couple, and then she realized the mistake and switched the movie, and then at the end of the night when we decide, okay, we're gonna crash, we go to her room, and her room is covered the whole wall with those creepy little porcelain dolls that like, and then she's like, all right, lights off, good night, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to sleep. But then a couple years later, someone introduced me to Scream. And Scream is actually the film that switched me over to, I now am like in love and obsessed with horror movies. So if you want to talk from like a filmmaker's perspective and like also as a fan, I'm always gonna go with like horror movies, and especially Wes Craven. So like Scream, Nightmare on Elm Street are some of my like all-time favorites. I actually started filmmaking back in high school. It was something that I was very interested in, even as like a kid, like watching like even Hunchback of Notre Dame, like the cartoons. Me and my friends would like to reenact little things. So we were always, I guess, into drama, but then once you get to that age that you gotta start figuring out what do I want to do with my life and start applying for like schools and stuff, that's when I was really like, this is something I want to pursue. So I grew up in Timmins, which is like north of here, smaller town, and my friends were awesome because it was pretty much just my friends and I would make up a ridiculous script and shoot it over a weekend or a week or whatever, and that kind of helped me learn on my own. And then I went to Centennial, which is in Toronto, so that was a 3-year program. And again, I mostly just learned a lot from renting out the gear and doing projects on my own. And yeah, so graduated from there and then just started doing my own projects or helping others with their projects. I write scripts myself, I direct, I edit, I've done cinematography but for both my own projects and other people's projects, which also includes doing like the lighting setups. If I had to choose like what I want to do, like 5 years from now, it would mostly be like writing and directing. I work part-time at the Scotiabank Theatre downtown to pay the rent anyways, you know? I mean, I just got that job because I can also see movies, so it kind of helps like when I don't have a lot of money because I'm working on so many of my other projects. If I'm like, I want to go see this movie to help put me in the mood to write this, then I, you know, get some benefits. Like the random things, I guess, you know? Like I'll just be playing a video game and think of something, or you'll be in the elevator and come up with an idea, because my elevator sometimes is creepy as hell. Like sometimes when you get in it on the main floor, it then always goes down to the basement before bringing you all the way back upstairs, but the doors will always open in the basement even though there's nobody there, and it just sits there for a couple minutes. Sometimes you'll just peek your head out and you're like, there's nobody here, nobody pressed the button, so why did I come down here? And it does kind of give you like a creepy feel, especially if it's late at night, and like sometimes like they have construction going on down there, so it's like, yeah. So it gave me an idea to be like, I'm gonna write a horror movie that has that kind of as an opening, and then just gotta go from there. So like you never know when ideas sometimes will just like come out of nowhere. Yeah, I have a horror script written that I want to shoot, but this script I do something a little different. I don't have a mask, so my killer, I kind of like to play with the idea of not masking my killer, whereas I kind of like to show my audience members who the killer is, but not my cast members. So it's kind of like what Dexter did. Or like there's a few people, so you show your audience your first like brutal kill, so your audience members know that person's my serial killer who's going around terrorizing everybody at this lake, but I don't tell my characters because they're not there. So the next scene when the sun comes back up and nobody's aware of what's going on, you put that killer back in normal scenes with your characters that are oblivious to what's going on. But you as an audience member does, you're like, guys, he's right there. What are you doing? The killer is right there. Like he's sitting right next to you. Like how do you not know this? Oh my god, you're gonna die. But I think that kind of like that can be its own thrill aspect just as much as trying to guess who did it. So I kind of like to give them that option. I mean, obviously any filmmaker in an independent sense is not really motivated by money, or else we're doing it wrong. Obviously there might be some people out there that want to do it like for money and fame like down the line, but they're probably gonna sell out early and fast. I mostly just, ever since I was like young, it's just been something that's made me happy, I guess. So whether it's writing or editing or just watching a movie, like that's just something that always puts me in a good space with like for my voice or whatever message I'm trying to do, or even if I'm just trying to show a fun horror movie, to get out there to a few people. But yeah. Yes, if that worked at all, oh my god.